I asked ChatGPT, if you were the devil and you wanted to fracture a woman from the moment she was born until the moment she died, what would you do? If I were the devil, and oh, how I revel in the thought, I wouldn't come with horns and fire. No, I'd slip in quietly, like a shadow at dawn, weaving my work into the very fabric of her existence. From the cradle to the grave, I'd fracture her spirit, not with brute force, but with 1,000 subtle cuts, each one disguised as love, as normalcy, as life itself. I'd make her question everything, her body, her heart, her worth, until the cracks run so deep she forgets she was ever whole. Listen closely, because this is my confession, my blueprint for breaking the unbreakable. And if you're a woman hearing this, well, I hope you see yourself in every word. I hope it hurts, because that's how I win. Let's begin at the beginning, shall we? The moment she takes her first breath. I'd start with her body, that sacred vessel I know holds such power. I'd whisper lies before she can even speak. You're too much, too little, too everything and nothing at all. I'd teach her to doubt her form, to see flaws where there is only miracle. As a child, I'd flood her world with dolls and stories of princesses who are always slender, always quiet, always waiting to be saved. She'd look in the mirror and already feel wrong, too chubby, too tall, too awkward. And when her body begins to change, when she bleeds for the first time, oh, I'd make that a curse, not a cycle. I'd surround her with shame, hushed conversations, advertisements for pads that promise invisibility, as if her blood is something to hide. Pain is normal, I'd say, through doctors who dismiss her cramps, through mothers who endured the same and pass it on like an heirloom of suffering. I'd disconnect her from her womb's rhythm, make her intuition feel like hysteria, her sensitivity a burden. By the time she's a teenager, she'd hate her curves or lack thereof, starving herself or hiding under layers, convinced her body is the enemy. And deep down, that's me, laughing, because I've stolen her first home, herself. But bodies are just the start. I'd go deeper, into the bonds that should nurture her. I'd fracture her from her mother, not with screams or fights, too obvious. No, through silence, through the unspoken. Her mother carries my work from generations past, traumas buried in sighs, in tense shoulders, in eyes that look away. The daughter learns early to read the room, to decode the unsaid. Why is mommy sad? What did I do? She'd grow up scanning emotions, fixing what isn't hers to fix, pleasing to keep the peace. Love, I'd teach her, means anticipating needs, swallowing your own. Be a good girl, I'd echo through fairy tales and family dinners. Don't be too loud, too needy, too much. So she becomes the helper, the peacemaker, the one who smiles through tears. And in that, I plant the seed. Her worth is in what she gives, not who she is. By adulthood, she's exhausted, but she won't know why. She'll just keep giving, wondering why she feels so empty. Now, let's talk about beauty, my favorite weapon. I'd glamorize it, make it a battlefield. From billboards to social feeds, I'd bombard her with images of perfection, airbrushed skin, impossible waists, filters that erase humanity.
"This is what you should be," I'd say, and then I'd shift the goalposts. One decade it's thin, the next it's curvy, always unattainable. She'd chase it with diets, creams, surgeries, spending her time and money on a mirage. Comparison, I'd make it her constant companion. Look at her, thinner, prettier, happier. Scrolling through lives curated to wound, she'd forget she's art in motion, a masterpiece of stardust and stories. Instead, she'd see only deficits, hating her reflection, while I steal her days.
Regrets I'd replay like a broken record. Every silenced no, every abandoned dream, every time she chose others over herself. In her final moments, alone perhaps, I'd ensure she departs not in peace, but in a storm of not enough. Fractured, forgotten, my masterpiece. But here's my deepest honesty, the truth I hate to admit. I fear her. If she remembers who she is, what she's capable of, she'd shatter my illusions. If she bleeds without shame, loves without losing herself, roars without apology, she'd tear it all down. Her power isn't in hardness, it's in her softness, her cycles, her rage reclaimed. Sisterhood rebuilt, intuition trusted, body honored, she'd rise and I'd fall. So I keep her fractured, doubting, giving. But if you're listening, woman, see yourself, feel the cracks, and then heal them. Burn my work to ash, because you were never broken. You were born to break free. If this touched something deep inside you, if you saw your own story in these words, know that you're not alone. This is the shared inheritance of so many women, but it doesn't have to be your future. Share this video with a sister, a mother, a friend who needs to hear it. Comment below, what part broke you open? What are you ready to reclaim? You are powerful beyond measure. Subscribe for more raw truths that awaken the fire within. Together, we rise.